What is the purpose of the book of Revelation? Well, first we must understand that Revelation is a prophetic apocalyptic letter. What does that mean to us? Bible prophecy, or the prophetic aspect of this book, refers to the prediction of the future as well as the proclamation of God's truth for the present. The apocalyptic aspect of this book shows us divine revelation in which God promises to intervene in human history and overthrow evil empires and establish his kingdom. Simply, God is telling us the story of history from the time of Christ's death, resurrection, and ascension to his second coming with the use of symbolic images. Understanding this, what is the purpose of Revelation? The purpose of Revelation is to create a symbolic world in which the readers may live as they read or hear the book. When a reader or hearer enters this symbolic world, its message affects them and changes their entire perception of the world in which they live, which is absolutely critical as Christ followers living in this fallen world. What happens is the reader or hearer is able to see their own situation in this world from a heavenly perspective as they are transported by the visions of Revelation into the future. There is where we, the readers and hearers, can see the present and future from the perspective of its final outcome, which is God's ultimate victory. It's as if a Christian can read Revelation and purge their imagination of the pagan view of the world and restore or replace it with the view of what is actually real and how the world will one day be under God's rule. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about using a passage from Revelation 17. In Revelation 17, John's readers share his vision of a woman. At first glance, first century Christians may see her as the goddess Roma in all her glory, a stunning personification of the civilization of Rome, as she was worshipped in many a temple in the cities of Asia. But as John sees her, this woman is a Roman prostitute, a seductive whore and a scheming witch, and her wealth and splendor represent the profits of her shady trade practices. John also sees overtones of the harlot queen Jezebel to reinforce this impression. In this way, readers and hearers are able to perceive something of Rome's true character, her moral corruption behind the enticing propagandist illusions of Rome, which they constantly encountered in the cities in which they lived. So what does this mean for us today? Well, doesn't this seem familiar? Christians today experience the same thing as the first century Christians did. There may be different actors in the drama, but the story hasn't changed. The world system is a seductive whore, and God is trying to warn us to flee from it and to focus on him because he is sovereign and in control of all things. Those of us who are not compromising with this pagan world should see God's future and be filled with hope in the present. Those who are compromising should be shocked out of their spiritual slumber and warned to repent. Why? Well, when we read to the end of the story, we see that God tears down this world system and throws it into the lake of fire, and anyone who's holding on to it will go with it, no matter what they claim. This is just a taste of Revelation. And if you're interested in learning more, go check out my podcast, Straight Talk with Salim, and take the journey through Revelation with me. It is good medicine for your soul, especially the days that we're living in.